Hello, I am Xarkun. This is World of Warships Legends. Today I've got a video for you on the map Crash Zone Domination Mode game. I am in the Tier 7 Tech Tree USN Light Cruiser Cleveland. And you will notice on the team roster that there is another community contributor on my team. His name, I believe, is pronounced Highfire. I've never actually spoken to him. There he is in the Udachi. Never actually spoken to him, and this is the first time I've ever run into him during the course of a random battle. But together, even though we are not in a division, we are going to work side by side to absolutely dominate this game in our two arguably overpowered ships, the Udachi and the Cleveland, which frankly complement each other very well. The Udachi, of course, can spot targets for me, which I believe he's doing now, spotting the gross Kurfürst out there. And is that two Kurfürsts? Yes, the double gross Kurfürst threat out there. I don't really have shots on them yet, but I'm going to move into a position where I will be able to get some. I'm going to use this tiny island in front of me as my base of operations for the majority of this game. One of the other benefits to a destroyer supporting a light cruiser like the Cleveland is the destroyer's ability to lay down smoke, which you can see the Udachi, driven by Highfire over there, is doing. He's laying down a smoke screen, and I'm going to be able to directly benefit from this smoke screen. I'm going to pull into it and use it as concealment in order to launch some HE salvos at the gross Kurfürst. Turning on the sonar as I enter the smoke screen just in case there are two enemy destroyers on the team, on the red team, and smoke screens, of course, are torpedo magnets. Now, in the last patch, the Equilibrium of Power skill, which I am running on my commander Norm Scott here, was, I suppose you could say, nerfed. As well it should have been, because it was a little bit too overpowered in its previous state. Previously, all Equilibrium of Power really did was cut down on the high explosive damage of your shells while increasing their penetration, but it did absolutely nothing to the fire chance. Now, it reduces the fire chance by 50%, while giving the high explosive shells better penetration. I have reversed behind this island here. I didn't want to get too far into that smoke screen set by the Udachi, in case, it were to go out and I were to be exposed. First kill of the game for me on that gross Kurfürst out there. We are up to 51,000 damage done, and we've got an Alabama moving in, being spotted again by our friendly Udachi community contributor there, laying down some fire on him. At first, after the rework to Equilibrium of Power, I think this is actually the second rework to Equilibrium of Power if you count the first one, where the skill was given to the American cruiser commanders, and previously it could only be found on the Russian ones. In any case, at the beginning of this update, when the fire chance was cut down, I did wonder briefly whether it was worth it to keep it on the Cleveland or other American light cruisers because of the fire chance being nerfed so heavily. You do light a noticeably lower amount of fires while running this skill now, but I think that Equilibrium of Power is still well worth using because it does increase your ability to deal damage with high explosive penetrations so much. I think if you were to turn it off on a ship like a Cleveland, yes, you would light fires, but you would find that your shells shatter a lot more. And frankly, that is not ideal. In a cruiser with 152mm guns, I would still recommend running Equilibrium of Power, even if it does nerf your fire chance. And again, it should nerf your fire chance. You should not be able to have this kind of high explosive penetration and have a high fire chance. Z-23 coming around the corner now to engage high fire there, and frankly, very inadvisable move. He's got a Cleveland 6 kilometers away from him, so obviously he's not going to last long. If only I could land more than a couple of shells on his hull, he would already be dead, but we're going to finish him off in good time now. He's attempting to smoke up, but it's far too late. The Yudachi torpedoes the Z-23 and takes him out of the battle, leaving only one enemy destroyer left on the team. It's a Gearing out there. Going to take some shots at him, even though he is at significant range. Going to be a little bit difficult to hit, but he is sailing in a straight line, so that improves our chances considerably. Nevertheless, no hits register, so moving up now, spotted by that Gearing. I want to get behind this island again. Accidentally run into my teammate Yudachi there, who is... Take a look at what he's doing. He's saying, set a smoke screen with the chat wheel, and he is, in fact, using that chat wheel command in probably the most useful way you can use it. Instead of asking me to set a smokescreen, which obviously I can't, the Cleveland doesn't have a smokescreen generator. In fact, he was announcing that he was setting another smokescreen for me. And this, again, is just wonderful. I will be able to capitalize on this smokescreen a little bit more than the previous one. Get some fire on this nearly dead Jean Bart out there, see if we can't finish him off. Switching to the armor piercing now, but I think that's going to be a moot point. This high explosive salvo is more than enough to take the Jean Bart out for our second kill. Wichita looks like he's posed to come around the corner there. He is an existential threat to my very helpful Yudachi teammate, so obviously I'm going to fire at him. The high explosive with Equilibrium of Power doing a lot of damage to this Wichita with every salvo. 3K for the first, and looks like around 2K with the second there. Switching to the AP now, though, to take advantage of that flat broadside, which, as the AP salvo arrives, turns out to be not so flat anymore, because of course, nevertheless, we're able to secure the kill on that Wichita quickly for our third kill of the game. There's the Gearing out there. Looks like he might be able to engage the Yudachi. Can't quite tell. I'm still concealed behind this smoke screen, though. Taking some shots at the Gearing. I missed exactly how far away he was from my ship, but at this point the smoke screen is about to run out. I'm going to lose the concealment anyway, so I'm going to push forward. I've engaged the radar consumable, but unfortunately the Gearing is just out of its, I think, 9-kilometer range. I'm being spotted now, so he's out of the smoke screen, and as I draw closer, hopefully the radar, which is still running, will pick him up, and there it does, just as it is about to die. So it wasn't a completely wasted radar. Immediately switching fire to the Gearing, who is starting to shoot at me, which is great. That just guarantees he will remain spotted, and I should be able to take him out here. Although high fire in his Yudachi is going to assist me, and good for him, he gets the kill. Although in retrospect, his securing of the kill on the Gearing does deny me a Kraken, but that's okay. Alabama is the only ship left now. Highfire and I have thoroughly dominated this side of the map together. We've secured this cap together, and our teammates are securing the rest. I don't think they're actually going to take the third and final one before I finish off this Alabama and end the game in our victory. So there is a wonderful, refreshing example of teamwork at play in this game, and the results of such teamwork are fantastic. People should do it more often. Thank you, Highfire, and thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I will see you next time. Goodbye.